How good are you at letting go? Do you feel that something's not going to go right unless you control everything? Nothing is perfect unless you put all the little pieces of the jigsaw in exactly the right place. Then when it all collapses, you're like, wait, what? Despite all your efforts. If that sounds familiar, then this video is for you. Actually, it's for me too. Especially if you thought sometimes, is clinging on to that man, that friendship, that job, those hurtful words your friend said to you, is clinging on too tight actually a barrier to your dreams? It might even be blocking your freedom. I've watched relationships vanish, jobs crumble around me because I felt the need to be in control of situations. And hasn't it got you thinking, what would happen if we all learned to let go more? And when I say let go, I don't mean it doesn't care, just loosen the grip, trust the process, the universe, God, your instincts to help you breathe again. Let's try and figure this one out. Hello Bab, I'm Marv. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for coming by. This is a place where we share life lessons. Real quick, over the last 40 years, I've survived massive debts, bad relationships, I've quit jobs, I've changed careers. I think I'm on my 6th career change now. I've been in the dirt and I'm kind of just sharing what I've learned to help us boost our physical and mental well-being and just be healthier and happier in midlife. So let's talk about the dangers of hanging on, about the power of letting go and how liberated you're going to feel when you do it more often. And more importantly, stick to the end of this video because I'm going to share with you how I think you can do it. I don't want you to miss any of the nuggets of wisdom that are dropping here. Now, the fear of hanging on. There is a Zen proverb in Buddhism which says, let go or be dragged, signaling the importance of letting go, because clinging on to what we can't control only leads to suffering and being kind of dragged along by the circumstances. So letting go really allows us to move with the flow of life and find greater peace and find greater freedom. There is a real total and utter fear of losing something or someone, and that means often we've got to try and control it, we've got to hang on to it, and boy, that fear can trap you like you're in a cage. It also impacts us because we make decisions that really don't make sense. Our friends are asking us, what are you doing now? Why did you say this? And sometimes we don't even have the answers ourselves. Kind of like staying in a job for months, maybe years, even though we are miserable. Our co-workers are driving us mad, and then you get laid off before you've got even time to plot your escape. If you want to plot your escape, I've got a video on that. But your boss has got the upper hand. That kind of leaves you feeling even more upset than before. And I've been there, I've done that. I've learned the lesson the hard way. Or maybe you're clinging on to a relationship that you know deep down it was over. You knew it was over probably before it was begun, right? And you're kind of delusional about it, but you're in two minds. You're like, hang on, let me stay with this relationship because I know it's going to work out. I think it's going to get better, even though I want to finish it later on down the line. But then what happens? Ding dong, that person ends up dumping you. You're hurt, you feel distraught, you really feel disrespected. We've just blocked any route to new possibilities and the chance that something amazing, even better, could come along. I mean, just remember the times when you used to be at school at playtime, or you're playing with the sand on the beach. The more you grip that sand, the more it slips through your fingers. And once you open your hand, you never know what might appear. A beautiful butterfly, a beautiful insect, but also your hand is just feeling cool and fresh again. There is a real power in letting go. What does letting go really mean? It doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean don't care. It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. No. Because our dreams are 150 million% valid, especially as we get older, because we've lived our lives a lot for others. Our parents and their ambitions for us. You might have been climbing up the greasy pole of industry. You might be a caregiver raising your family. So letting go really is about loosening the grip on having an exact outcome, or loosening your fear of the expectations that others have of you, how you view yourself, trying to be who we used to be and not accepting how we've changed, whether that's our appearance, we put on weight, we're feeling like we might want revenge or justice for a past hurt. As I've seen it, there have been a few signs that have come to me that I've felt in my heart around telling me I've got to let go. First of all, natural upheavals, the things we all go through in life. I've spoken about them before, the midlife maelstroms. You're a caregiver, bereavements, you brought up kids, the kids have gone to university, you're an empty nester, you've had loads of health changes and challenges, menopause, right? You've experienced bereavements. So how have you experienced or how have you handled those big upheavals? Because actually they might offer the blueprint to you handling other situations in your life and your ability to let go. For me, creating this content, I love creating this content. I love doing these videos. And this whole letting go thing has hit me. My husband said, "What's your video about this week?" I said, "Letting go." He howled. He literally howled with laughter in my face and said, "Oh, you know about that, don't you?" Shady. But I was looking after my elderly mum. She needs enhanced care. I was preparing scripts for some of the events that I do, because when I host events, I've got lots of scripts to kind of write up and get ready for me to stand on stage. There were bereavement anniversaries coming. There's a lot that's been happening in these last 3 months, always is, around the bereavement anniversaries. Fatigue around weight training, the lot. My brain was bursting. I felt like I was a walking zombie because I was obsessed. I was trying to do everything. I was in like a fixed mindset of, I've got to make this work. I've got to make this work. My friends, my husband, everybody keep telling me, slow down, slow down, slow down. So I had to acknowledge that I was in a mess and that controlling everything wasn't working. And the minute I stopped, I felt freer. I feel more together. I feel happier. This was just a couple of weeks ago. And I was thinking, why didn't I do this weeks ago? Let me know if you've had a midlife maelstrom, something that's hit you, a significant life event that's forced you to reassess your path, everything. What did you let go of? I would love to know in the comments, because I'm very much about the conversation here on my channel. So share, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Another sign of you controlling a lot and an inability to let go, how often do you call yourself silly, stupid, or you say, I can't do that because I'm fat, or I've never been a really good swimmer, ruling out the fact that you could do anything new, ruling out the fact that you should trust yourself, and that actually, if you tried that new thing, you might be absolutely brilliant at it, or you're better at it than you thought, and you could massively improve. Because the truth is, we do speak harshly to ourselves a lot. You know this, don't you? And we also like to hang on to those thoughts about ourselves, the things that maybe a teacher said to us, or a sibling, a grandparent, and they go, "Oh yeah, you're never going to amount to nothing. Yeah, you're not very good at maths. You're not going to get your maths exam." Or we feel that we see ourselves in a really weird way that others don't see us. I mean, for me, last year, a young journalist approached me and said, "Oh, I really like you and your journey. It's really interesting and inspiring." And I was like, "No, it's not. I've got nothing to say. No one's going to listen to me." But she chipped and chipped away at me until I finally saw the value in myself that she saw in me, value that I never saw. And so she kind of really encouraged me to speak more on my truths, and that led to all sorts of different things. I'm used to being given a script or going by a script for my job as a journalist, and now I felt freer to speak my truth. And that's led to all sorts of other joyful things, including this YouTube channel, which I'm very, very happy about. So what are you holding on to about yourself that is not true? I mean, there are stereotypes that people will be holding you to. Can you reject those stereotypes? Can you let go of them? Because I guarantee, as I have, and it's always a journey, but as I have let it go, I can guarantee you it's really going to spark something new, sense of purpose, a desire for like a more fulfilling direction, right? Think of it like this, you're holding a bunch of balloons. Each one is like an expectation or a past regret or a fear, right? A bunch of balloons. We've got tons of them. And they might be weighing you down mentally. And those things that are weighing you down are preventing you from reaching new heights. So letting go of the balloons, going to make you feel lighter, going to feel like you're soaring to the sky, new directions. So here we are. How do you do it? How do you let go? What I've talked about before: notice, acknowledge and accept your feelings instead of suppressing them, because suppressing them is crazy. And sometimes you might not know that you are suppressing them until the pressure, the physical and mental pressure, comes to bear on you. So just listen. to where that pressure's coming from and why, and is it pressure that you're putting on yourself? Reflect on what no longer serves you. I ask my clients to do it all the time. I say, why are you thinking that way? How is that helping you, right? And in holding on and not letting go, how much unhappiness is it causing you? How far is it holding you back? Be brave enough to kind of identify your skills and passions. We've got a lot of hidden skills and passions. They might have been suppressed by people saying things to you that you believe that aren't true. The things you haven't got, the things you can't do, all the things that people say, oh, she's not going to do that. They don't have faith in you. Identify what you can do and try. And be open. Be open to letting go. Be open to the fact that you're going to trust the process of life. Trust that we don't have the answers. And sometimes there is a bigger plan for us, whether it is the universe has a bigger plan for us. God or whoever you believe in has a bigger plan for us. And that you have a belief in yourself, right? A trust in your own instincts. I think you've got to be open to that thinking and ready to see and hear it, because in doing that, you could be opening doors to some amazing opportunities. Oh my God, just amazing opportunities. I'm living testament to that. And they can reveal themselves to you if you open the doors. The rewards of abundance, joy, and happiness could be monumental. I've got some more videos on my channel that I think you'd really enjoy. So why not take a look at some of those? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.